it's deeply humbling, to be honest with you, because I mean, like, you know, like there's millions of poets in the world, and for me to be the one who gets the chance to carry the flag for a portion of time for spoken word, makes me feel awesome. You know, like it could have been anybody, but I believe that I planned, I prepared, and prayed for this moment, and those 3 P's got me this. Oh man, Stockton has always been home, so like the ability to be here amongst like the people who I know were like part of my main supporter base for my time on the show is it's absolutely awesome. Like you know, people ask like, are you moving to LA, you going to Hollywood? And I'm like, I have like no interest in going out there. Like this place I went to Commodore downtown, I went to Edison with my boy Eric here in Southside Stockton. Like I'm good here. And so the fact that the people here wanted to celebrate with me today, I had to make sure I had space and time to do it. Man, Stockton is a city that isn't desperate for good recognition, because Stockton's a city that has a lot of great positive things going on with it. I mean, like the Stockton Scholars Program. We have 2 colleges here from Delta to UOP who are doing great jobs of servicing our community here. We, of course, have our mishaps, you know what I mean, with crime and things like that. And there's a lot of area for improvement, aiding in our food deserts that we got going on in the south and east side parts of town, being able to get better public transit in those areas as well, so that way people can more readily get to things that they need to get to, like downtown Stockton. But I'm like, we have a great art scene here that people just don't know about because we don't have a good communication basis yet. We have tons of stuff going on around, like from basketball to hockey. Like football is such a huge part of our cultural barrier here in terms of the high school echelon. I think the more we get Stockton connected, the more positive stuff people will hear. But if I can be a catalyst for that, I'm super excited to be that. So we got the Vegas gig, and then I'm trying to tour. Like I'm trying to go around the world and go do the whole traveling artist thing. I like television shows that I want to go do, but I'm also trying to bring a lot of that here to town, because I know there's a lot of entertainers who are here who have the aspiration to do stuff, but not the financial means to go out to a Los Angeles to go make it happen, or go to an Atlanta, or go to a New York, because those are like, it's so expensive to be there. But we have a lot of opportunity to do stuff with a place like the Bob Hope Theater. I would love to collaborate with them to bring like an Apollo-esque show for spoken word, which has never really been done outside of a thing like Def Jam or Verses and Flow, but it's also never been done in a space like Stockton. Like Stockton being only like a 4.5 hour drive to LA, like an 1.5 hour drive to the Bay Area. Like we now have an airport here in town where people can come to. Like this could be a central hub for art in this state, outside of those 2 places that I've already named. Like we don't even have to be a stopping point for people. We just can be a spot where people can come, display their work, and it be a credited place. Not like just like a drive-by city. Like we want to be like, hey yo, like I want to stop in Stockton. Like I want to bring my show to Stockton. Like that's what I want people to. Just like to give a simple message to Stockton. Yo, Stockton, I love you. We've had a love-hate relationship in the past as a kid. Desperately wanted to run away from you, but as an adult, I realized that this place is really one of the staples of who makes Brandon. And the fact of the matter is, I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to represent you. I don't represent Sacramento, though I love them. They're part of my poetry home. I don't represent Modesto. I love them. That's part of my poetry home. My home is this place. It is Stockton. I will claim the 209 till I die. So Stockton, thank you, and I hope that this is not just a moment, but instead a continuous movement in the right direction. So